book babes. This is Beyond the Pages with Alyssa Marie. I am here with the Thomas Stewart, aka the Corpse Child. Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Good.
I'm alright.
So, my first question, can we talk about how you got your nickname, Corpse Child?
That was a name I came up with myself, actually. Back when I was writing over on Reddit No Sleep, and it was a way to parody my own mental illness and physical condition, that being ED, anorexia, and bulimia nervosa, which I had struggled with for, by that point, well over 4 or 5 years. Um, and so I realized that it gave me more and more each passing day the appearance of a disinterred corpse. And being as young as I am, 24 now, um, the name just sort of came together. Corpse Child.
Makes sense. Well, I'm proud of
Yes.
you. That sounds kind of, funny, but I'm happy that you are doing well and writing some amazing books.
Writing was what gave me the strength to want to actually recover. And it was in 2023 that I started making the roads to recovery.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I know that's a hard road, but I'm happy that you're here and doing well. Let's talk about Pigman. Can we talk about that first?
Yes, one moment, one moment. Yes, of course, book one of the Swine Series and my cult classic, Finding Pigman, a horror novella,
Mhm, mhm.
now out in audiobook.
I know. I know. I'm starting it this week.
Ah, just remember, don't go chasing things that weren't meant to be chased. Yes, Finding Pigman,
Yes.
written and published October 31st of 2023, met with decent acclaim. Never quite gained very much popularity, admittedly, but it was the very first of mine to sell well into the double digits, both in ebook and paperback.
That's amazing.
And it was the very first of mine to really start garnering me a fan base
For sure.
and integrating me into a foothold within the indie splatterpunk and extreme horror community. But this was the book I wrote based on a very old tale my late stepfather used to tell me. And right up until the point where he actually sat me down and straight up said that he wasn't real, I had actually believed in the existence of the pigman. And to a degree, I'd become fascinated with him. So thinking back, I decided to actually take my stepfather's tall tale that he had heard first in Boy Scouts, and I decided to write and publish a full-length novella.
That's amazing. And Finding Pigman is the one
Yes.
that's on audiobook now.
Yes, it is on audiobook now, and there is serious inroads to adapting this into a screenplay.
No way.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'll be
Finding
watching.
Pigman. Finding Pigman is getting a film adaptation.
I'm speechless.
And
Congratulations. That is huge.
and of course we can't forget its younger brother, which was published January 15th of this year, and it was unplanned. But I saw a very, very nice looking pre-made cover that I just had to have by none other about from none other than Miss Ruth Anna Evans. And so I saw it, knew I needed to have it, and so I thought, okay, fuck it. Finding Pigman will get a sequel. And it did. Clocking in over twice the length of book one. We have Swine Mountain, a horror novella.
Yes.
Yes, sadly, of course, Pigman has always been the more popular one, but I actually liked Swine Mountain a little better. And for those of you who have been a fan of the North Carolinian mountains and the sinister dealings that go on there, last night I actually finished a brand new entry into the series, a
Tell me,
spin-off,
tell me,
if you
tell me.
will. I will consider this what I call the Rogue One or the Halo Reach of the Swine series. A spin-off is titled Jonah Smythe's Journal, a
Oh my
Swine
God.
series story.
I'm speechless. I'm so excited.
I will share with you the cover.
Please?
Yes, and I'm actually quite pleased with how this turns out. So, if any of that excites you, please go on to Amazon or Godless or go go to the Citadel and check out either ebook or signed paperbacks directly from me.
So you sell signed copies directly from you?
I do at www.corpsechildsanctuary.com/shop.
Perfect. I prefer to buy from indie authors directly because I feel like that makes y'all the most money.
Yes, I will say though, there is only one condition. US
Oh,
only. Sadly, I cannot do international shipping, not without jacking the prices up for everybody. And, well, I don't think I can get away with using tariffs as an excuse.
probably not. Can we talk about? So I love the cover for Swine Mountain, but my all-time favorite cover of yours is Hivetown.
Ah, yes. Quite possibly the most gruesome book I've ever published. Hivetown, USA, Volume 1. All I can say, well, no, I will not say anything. I will let the words of author C. Commissar tell you everything you need to know about this book. Warning: this book is filled with every bodily fluid imaginable, and I loved every second of it. C. Commissar, author of Raised by a Serial Killer and The Found Bag of Doom.
Well, if that doesn't motivate you to buy this book, I don't know what will.
Welcome to Hivetown, where the grass is gray and the girls will rip and tear you away.
Oh, I love it.
Yes,
I love extreme horror. I think it's such an enjoyable read.
it can be. It can
Mm-hmm.
be.
Oh, so let's talk about because the book that made me find you was Is This What You Want? I would see you post in the
Oh,
groups and I'm like, because what would you say? Is
oh,
this what you fucking want? And I'm
you
like,
know you
yeah,
fucking want this.
yeah, that's what you would say. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess you're
Yeah.
right.
Yes, the golden goose. I knew at some point he was gonna have to come out, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah. Yes. Is this what y'all want? A A cautionary tale with no real moral stance whatsoever about the, the lengths a man will go to just to get acclaim on the internet. So,
Is that one classified as an extreme horror?
to a technical sense, yes. So, you've probably seen around the distinction between extreme horror and splatterpunk.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to splatterpunk, it is the parallels between the two are the gore, the carnage, and the depravity. But where the distinction comes in is whereas extreme horror has no little or really no point,
Hmm.
no morality, it is just carnage. Splatterpunk is the duality to that. It is the gore, the carnage, and the depravity, but to drive home a point or some central morality.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, in that instance, yes, Daddy Rourke here is extreme horror. Yeah, that's right. Show me the cheddar. The book that has made several people never be able to pick up a rolling pin again.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Do you feel like that was the book that kind of put eyes on you, or would you say it was Pigman?
So, Pigman. Oh, okay. So, with Pigman, it was the first that really started garnering me a fan base, and started integrating me into splatterpunk. The one that first started, the one that truly first started getting me a wider fan base would actually have to be this book, The Survivor's Accounts of the Depraved Funhouse. The
The clown.
full, the, ah, yes, the clown book, as some have referred to it.
Hmm.
Yes. So this book was actually a continuation or a completion of of my very first No Sleep series, back in 2021, or no, back in 2020. Yes, it's this one. This one's been a terror several years in the making and saw its birth back in January of 2024. And it was met with open arms, and I could not be happier.
I can't. Yeah. Oh, the clowns get me. I am so scared of clowns. I'll still read it, but
Would you like that, Piggy? Would you like a balloon?
see, yeah, that's what started it. Yeah. Oh, Stephen King, that was awful. I'm still a little bit scared of the shower.
Hmm. Oh yeah, hiya there, Wheezy. Hmm.
You have a new release coming out
Yes, yes, I do, and
with a
I
beautiful cover, of course.
yes, and I am going to say right now, this one is a contender for one of my new, or if not my new, favorite of all now 16 of my published titles. It was one that I had started writing, and it was meant to be a short story for an anthology by Kevin James Kennedy, with the central theme being ghosts, killer phantoms.
I love that.
And it started with the scene that would become the beginning scene in this book, which is a man frantically trying to write down his last testament as a wraith closes in on him from behind.
I'm in. Add to cart. I'm in.
Yes. But from there, I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop
You,
from the events themselves, the lore unfolding, and the characters which even I could not help but get myself attached to, so attached that by the ending I had put myself in tears as I wrote the ending at at my workplace in the middle of a blackout.
Really?
Yeah, see, we had a blackout at work that lasted 4 hours, and I decided to spend that time writing writing, finishing the last chapter of this book. A book that made me cry in the end, because even I had not quite understood the depth and magnitude of its meaning and its finality.
Well, I have to know.
A book that Sydney Shiv, author of Where Demons Dine, has described as like a lullaby that transforms into a waking nightmare. That book, coming October 31st, is Allison's Tears.
Oh my God.
Cover by Christy Aldridge.
Of course. That's gorgeous.
You know what it's like, Uncle Dickie? To feel so cold and alone. Now you will.
Ooh, I got chills. I'm going to go pre order it. Allison's Tears. Okay, I have a few questions just to kind of let the readers get to know you a little bit better. Do you want to answer some?
Of course.
Perfect. When did you realize that you wanted to be an author?
So, it was about late 2019 leading into 2020. Or no, it was about about early to mid 2020. And I was in some of the worst places possible mentally. My life was at a dead end, stuck working, breaking myself needlessly at a job that really only sought to use that kind of tenacity until it was destroyed and then just replace him. And my family had gone through a very trying time and was just coming out of it. And I was just at my worst places as far as my eating disorder went. In that time, I had come to find solitude in my local Books A Million. I would spend my days off there, and I would always come home with like several $100s worth of books, which honestly wasn't very many books, but I would at least spend like $100 there. And I could afford to do it at the time. That was the one perk of the job I had. But I, in my time reading horror novels, and it was exclusively horror, of course, an idea came to me. I had written horror stories before, but never one that I would seek to turn into a full-length book. Until one day when I was sitting in the bookstore, and and an idea came to me. Having grown up a fan of the Batman Arkham video game series, I remembered the mechanic where you could collect audio tapes of the different rogues gallery of villains. You could listen to their stories. They were psychotic, of course,
Of course.
terrifying. So I decided, why don't I try a concept like that? Recorded sessions with a psychotic serial killer. And so I started. I began. And I continued until taking notes from not only that, but also, of course, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, my favorite.
I had finally finished the first draft of a novella. I began typing up a second draft, only to promptly abandon it for several years. And in that time, I began really starting to delve into my craft through Reddit, where I would adopt the moniker of Corpse Child. And what I didn't expect was that this moniker would become a whole new identity, a whole new entity in of itself. And it would give me renewed purpose in life.
That's awesome.
During that time, I would put together and publish 2 short story collections of no sleep stories I had written at the time. Those 2 collections are Damned Whispers and The Other Side, the latter of which is also holds the top spot of my favorite of all my books. But it was in late 2022 and into early 2023 that I would finally come back and finish and release that initial novella, which would be titled Mortimer.
That's a gorgeous cover, too.
Designed it myself.
Oh, you did good.
Yes. See, fun fact about me. For my first 5 books, the covers were designed by me. Damned Whispers, The Other Side, Mortimer, The Homicidal Artists, and Finding Pigman were all
Really?
designed by me. Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes. It
That's
wasn't
interesting.
until my 4th collection, Masks of Death, came out that I decided to actually implore the help of an artist friend of mine for the cover. And he did some amazing digital hand-drawn artwork for it.
That blows my mind, too, that they're able to do that. I mean, anything of the arts just blows me away. Because I can't even draw a stick figure.
Well, I wouldn't design another cover of my own until Is This What Y'all Want?
No way.
Yes. And then again, I would do it one more time this year with, where is it? I would do it again this year with my newest little splatterpunk novella, Eye for Eye, which, on a small little tangent, I want to say to anyone listening, if you would like anyone listening, reach out to me. I will send you an e-copy of this book completely free.
Oh my God, that is so generous.
It is not entirely out of generosity. But as authors, I keep hearing that we are meant to use our art to try and make a difference in the lives of others and to take a stance. published this book at the beginning of last month. I initially wrote this book as a way to try and buck a trend that I was seeing in splatterpunk books, that being tales of one-sided revenge with very little merit, very little, no consequences for that kind of very venomous and very toxic thinking. I'm sure it goes without mentioning, we all know what's happened in the world as of recently, and we've seen people's, frankly, horrifying and disgusting reactions to it. I wrote this book to teach that regardless of the villainy and atrocities that others may do unto us or others, getting even with them, getting your payback, getting your dues, only perpetuates the cycle of hatred that you ironically want to spew and bleat, that you want to change. This book will force you to really look into the mirror and ask yourself, is it that you want to change the hate? Or are you merely just trying to turn the fucking tables into your favor? Anyone listening, I implore you. I will think no lesser of anyone that doesn't, of course. But to anyone, for whatever reason you wish, contact me. I will send you an EPUB, an ebook copy of this, completely free. I do not care what you do with it afterwards.
Yeah, I I think that's really important too to touch on. It's just no matter what side you're on, no matter really what your belief systems are, you know, you can't go wrong if you just want to be a good person and you want good for everybody. All this hate is so draining. I love that. So where can people reach out to you? Do like Facebook DMs, Instagram DMs, TikTok?
Yes, so I am available to be found on Facebook under my name, Thomas Stewart, or my Corpse Child Sanctuary Facebook page.
Okay.
I am also available on TikTok under the name Unholy Corpse at Unholy Corpse Child. So, yeah, I am available there. Of course, you can also go to my website, www.corpsechildsanctuary.com, and you can actually fill out a form there to reach me as well.
I'll put
But
that in the
yes,
episode notes as well, where people can find you.
but yes.
Let's get back to Allison's Tears. Ah, I love that cover. I am
Yeah.
obsessed.
So funny enough, this was the original cover I had purchased for this. I had originally purchased a different cover for this, but what I didn't realize until literally the night I was supposed to do a cover reveal was that that very same cover design had already been sold to someone else, and
Oh no.
she had just forgotten to take it down. So I reached out to her. I was like, so we can't use this. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, crap. It's like, it's okay. I haven't done a cover reveal yet. It's just, can I swap it out, please? And she's like, oh, yeah, sure, of course. And so I went browsing and I found this one. I will show it to the camera. I found this one, and I knew instantly this was a far better and far more haunting image to have associated with this book. If you want to know, and I will say this much for those curious as to what this book would be about, this book I would say is if Silent Hill took place in the woods.
Ooh.
Yes.
Spooky.
And it delves into the mystery of Portia Derringer's life and her family. Also, a little tidbit. Going back to my time on Reddit, there are actually two Reddit stories from way back in the day that tie directly into this book.
Really? Tell me, tell me.
Yes. So, one of the stories was titled The House, the Frozen Tomb. It was a very old short story I did, and of course, being the fan you have seen I am of epistolary storytelling, it was an old short story about a man trying to figure out what had truly happened to his brother after he mysteriously dies of hypothermia in the middle of the summer.
Huh.
Um, and strong evidence of which points towards a mysterious phantom. The other story being The Hangman's Trail, the same setting of Grenview Pines.
Oh, I'm so excited.
The Hangman's Trail was a story about a group of kids, a group of friends, traveling through the mountains, only to walk through a trail where a mysterious and very old, but still very much active, extremist witch hunting cult lives. They're under the guise of their master and their deity, the Great Hangman.
What?
Yes. Both of those stories will tie directly into Allison's Tears.
Oh my God, I can't wait. And that's releasing October 31st of this year, right?
Yes, Halloween night will see the
Ooh,
release of Allison's Tears, a horror novel.
that's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, well, I am going. Well, I'll just order directly from you because I don't think I have any signed copies from you yet.
Well, unfortunately, signed copies of this book will be holding off at least for about another month and a half or so.
Okay. Okay.
Um, However, I'm not sure how far this would be for you, but September 27th of 2025, so in other words next Saturday,
Uh huh.
or rather this coming Saturday, Buffalo Wild Wings of Gastonia is hosting a charity event for Team Up for Kids, at which I will be vending, where I will be vending 10 signed copies of Is This What Y'all Want? Hivetown, USA, Volume 1, and yes, Allison's Tears.
Oh my God. I don't. Oh God. Gastonia. I was like, is Gastonia in Texas? It's in North
No,
Carolina, right?
yes.
Damn.
Also attending this event is author Kisto Healy.
Oh my God, how exciting.
Yeah. So, of course, should I still, by some unfortunate miracle, have copies of this laying around, I will let you know.
You better. I hope you sell out, but at the same time, I hope that I get at least one copy.
Yeah.
Because I have your the Pigman. I have, um, is this what you want? And then I have an eye for an eye. So, have you always read horror books, or like what started your?
As I said, so growing up, I actually hated picking up a book and reading. Mainly because the public school system, in its failed entirety,
Mm-hmm.
um, saw fit to shove the act of reading down everyone's throats. Not for any reason other than to provide numbers on a sheet so they can pass it to the soup monkeys in Congress to
Mm-hmm.
try and push the facade that we were bright, we were the bright and thriving generation of tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Pious fucks.
Yeah. So it came later.
Yes, it came much later. As I
Yeah.
said, it came during the time in my life where I was truly alone,
Yeah.
and I was learning to be okay with that. Horror helped with that.
For sure. I just wasn't sure if you read as a kid and then took a break and then picked it back up.
No, but I will say, my fascination with horror has been something I've carried since childhood.
Like you like scary movies and stuff like that. Haunted
Yes,
houses. Me too.
yes. And
Yeah,
anything spooky, macabre, dark.
for sure.
I,
Well, the readers, it will be edited out, but I'll go ahead and tell you. We had to take a break earlier because my dogs were barking, and then it set off my giant wolf man because I have a giant wolf man in my house that scares me every time I come around the corner. So yeah, this is a spooky zone. We love everything spooky. How do you
yes.
approach writing? Do you write? Are you like a pantser? Are you a plotter?
Very much a pantser. I honestly don't believe in plotting at all. I believe in letting the groundwork of a basic plot and premise come together,
Mm-hmm.
and then I start and I just let it go where it will. I believe my style to writing is very much the viewpoint I'd wish to have should I ever have children. Let them dictate where the story goes. I always hear anytime I will say almost 99% of the time when I hear people talking about plotting their books, they always come out with they're always they always spend far more time actually trying to plot out a an outline for every little thing, using precious time that could have just been writing the damn book.
Right. And
And
letting the
and and more than half the time they end up wanting to give up because they realize the story is not going how they are trying to force and control it to go. And
right.
All I can say is this is why you just need to stop. Let go of the fucking reins. Let the characters and the events unfold how they will.
And I feel like you can really tell that in a book. You can really tell the because the flow is a little bit different. Things are a little bit more cohesive.
They're a
I
lot
feel
less
like
formulaic.
mhm. Yeah. And I think that's why I like indie so much is because y'all are unhinged in a good way and like unfiltered, and I really really enjoy that.
So, when it comes to personally, when it comes to plotters, I feel like a lot of people try to be plotters mainly just so they can tell people this is how I came up with this idea or this is everything. I'm like, but okay, but you spent so much time creating all these maps and all this other bullshit when you could have just written the fucking book by now and could have been on book
Right.
2.
Right, exactly. I think you're right though. I think it does kind of go back to control, which would make sense because some people like that, and that works for
Yes.
them. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's see. What advice? Well, I guess we can kind of take that. What advice would you have for aspiring authors?
The advice I have to give is something you're not really going to find in any book. It's been hinted at, but the advice I have is merely 3 words, and these are the only 3 words anyone who is trying to give you writing advice, anyone worth their dirt, worth a damn, should ever give, and the only advice you should be listening to when it comes to writing. JFW. Just fucking write. That's all there is to it. The idea is to just cherry pick or make your own fucking ideas. Yes, I get it. You have to know the rules to break them. But writing was never meant to have rules to begin with. Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House, die-hard horror heads consider that to be a cult classic right alongside the likes of Dracula or Frankenstein. It's considered to be the paragon of poltergeist stories, at least
Hmm.
until The Shining came along.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I loved The Shining. I did read that one.
Yes, I both read the book and saw the movie, and realized that you cannot judge the two as one. You have to judge them separately.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. What authors would you say have influenced you?
My muse, I consider, will always be Clive Barker. Others, of course, being H.P. Lovecraft. And, of course, yes, a dose of Stephen King.
Absolutely.
Perhaps a bit of William Peter Blatty.
Really?
Yes.
How do you stay motivated to write? Is it just something that you genuinely look forward to? And if you've kind of run across something that you're trying to work out, you just take a break or.
So when it comes to writing, I consider it to be more of a disciplinary motivation. I have one dream, one goal. It is a goal that I know can be fulfilled and will be fulfilled. My one and only dream is to be able to make a full-time, sustainable career as a horror author, to be able to make my living writing and publishing horror novels.
I love that. Well, with 16 published works. Sorry.
I was saying that is all I wish to do with my life.
That's amazing. I think it's very impressive that you have 16 published works.
Yes. And more
So
to
let's.
come
Oh,
still.
good. Good, good. So let's talk about audiobooks. You have Finding Pigman.
Yes.
Is Swine Mountain on audio too?
Not as of yet. I'm still scouting narrators for
Okay.
that one, but Hivetown is available for audiobook. And,
How did I not know that?
preemptively, I should add, Allison's Tears is in the works for it. And with any luck will be released right alongside the ebook and paperback on release.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I should also mention I dabble in the field of audiobook production myself.
Do you?
Yes, currently I have 2 completed titles. Creepy Crawlies, The Black Veil County Chronicles, Book 3 by C.A. Bainham, and The Candyman by C.A. Bainham, both of which
No way.
I narrated.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
give me that again. Candyman.
Yes. And I should mention that soon to be joining that lineup, The Haunting of Anne Marie by Brianna Rain.
No. That's on my list.
Yes.
Oh my God,
I'm
so
doing
excited.
the audiobook.
My old house is burning down, burning down, burning down. My old house is burning down with them inside it.
I need it.
Yeah. That one's always fun. That one's always fun to spook people on TikTok live with.
Oh, I would imagine. I don't know. I see. I was having trouble trying to find you on TikTok because I was just doing the corpse child, but I didn't realize it was the unholy corpse child. But I will fix that. I'm going to look that up right now. No, I'm not because it's going to play TikTok on the thing. What would you say your least favorite part about writing would be? Editing, marketing. Marketing's a bitch. Oh, this is a good one. You ready?
Yes.
Which one of your characters would you never want to be trapped in a locked room with?
Probably. I don't know entirely. Because I'd like to think that somehow I'd end up befriending them.
Oh, for sure. Well,
At
yeah,
least
duh.
But I suppose if I had to pick one of them, for more than one reason, it would be the serial killer Mortimer Drake.
Ooh.
There's more than one reason I picked this. Not only was he a deranged monster, Mortimer Drake was one I identified with for all the wrong reasons.
Ooh,
Mortimer
spooky.
Drake. Mortimer Drake was every bit of the psychotic freak people used to perceive me as growing up in school. Mortimer Drake is who they all feared I would be, and who some still believe I am.
Ooh, that's spooky.
Yes.
I don't know. You seem like a pretty nice guy to me. I think they have a poor judge of character. Or maybe I'm just too involved in the horror world.
Give it time, dear. Give it time. Nah, no, I'm kidding. As I said, I, I'm not one who actually ever wishes death on anyone,
No. Yeah, for sure.
regardless of belief.
For sure. Do you ever shock yourself with what you write? You look back and you're like, damn, that was scary. Or shit, that all unfolded phenomenally.
Well, let's just go down a rabbit hole there. Um,
Right.
I suppose it's fair to say the first time I did that, well, actually, I guess the first time was when I first started writing the opening story for Hivetown, USA, that being The Mate. If you've read this book, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And then, even more so, when I continued writing the other stories for that book. And then there was The Rolling Pin and Old Sparky and Beer Bottle Lube. And all I could do was go, well, shit.
You're right.
Then there, then there was the scene in Eye for Eye where she uses a blowtorch to decapitate a man, then puppet his jaw around another man's family jewels.
Oh, no.
Yeah, until it was crunch time.
Oh, God.
And there were quite a few gruesome scenes in Allison's tears, mainly the hospital scene.
So beware of the hospital scene.
Yes.
That's awesome. This might be a tricky question, especially with splatterpunk and extreme horror. But when do you decide to show the violence and the gore versus kind of alluding to it, maybe building that anticipation of the event and letting the reader's imagination kind of take off?
With extreme horror and splatterpunk, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You show everything. No details spared.
That is true.
With
That is it.
with with other types though, it just depends.
On the situation makes sense. Where the characters are going, everything circles back around.
Yes.
That's all the questions I have for you. Do you want to talk about your books anymore? Do you have anything else that you wanted to kind of touch on before the end?
If I thought you would say yes, I would actually offer to read a snippet from Allison's Tears.
Please.
Very well, my dear. Chapter 1. Richard Derringer's hand shook as he attempted to guide the pen on the paper. Sweat ran in bullets down his forehead, flushing from his brow. His eyes were wide, fixed on the paper. Thunder clapped outside, with the lightning painting the dining room in a pale flash of ghoulish light. The rain hammered against every inch of the roof. His teeth gritted. Have to get the note right. The summons was followed by a small child's giggle. His body spasmed to remain seated. He didn't dare look behind him to see who might have been speaking to him. Not that he didn't already know. No, no, please. Not now. Not now. The giggling devolved into sobbing.
Why? Why, Dickie? Why? Why?
The voice was coming closer, inching in on him. It wasn't long before something cold was brushing the back of Richard's neck. His body seized up all at once. He didn't turn around to look or react because he wasn't able to move a single muscle. His twitching, maddened eyes remained on the pen. He was so close to finishing his last testament. Now he'd never have a chance.
Why did you do it, Dickie? Why did you do all those things to me? I thought you loved me.
Paralysis couldn't keep the tears from burning and flooding Richard's eyes. They began spilling down his cheeks, and yet neither he nor she reacted to acknowledge them. His breath started producing a white cloud.
How does it feel, being so cold, so alone, all the time? Do you know what that feels like?
The beads of sweat on his brow froze over. His heart slowed to a crawl, though still pounded with as much force as possible against his chest.
You don't even know, do you?
The small voice asked, with a squelching noise from the back of his neck, followed by the sounds of wet tearing, and the frosty air that had been billowing out in small bursts only seconds ago now ceased.
Now you will.
Whatever Richard Derringer might have had to say, be some sort of apology or plea for mercy, or even just a heathen's prayer, it came out as nothing but a pathetic groan followed closely by a death rattle. He fell forward, falling face first onto the wooden table, his nose planting square in the middle of the note he'd been writing. Blood began spilling from the gaping hole now ripped open in the back of his neck, exposing all the way down to the bones, and now even revealing the removal of a decent portion of his spinal column. The growing pool quickly expanded until it coated the page itself. Soon, the paper was dyed crimson, and the faded chicken-scrawled message just barely stood apart from it all. And that was chapter 1 of Allison's Tears, coming this Halloween.
I need this book. Like tomorrow.
Well, I can't guarantee it tomorrow,
I know.
but if you were to get it right now, I can guarantee it'll be Kindle waiting for you this Halloween. Trick or treat, my dear.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I have a fun little thing before we go. I am trying to figure out what to do for my outro. I had I don't know if you listened to my first episode, but I was testing out a couple of them, and they're just so damn cheesy that I can't get through it without laughing. I have like a keep reading, don't forget to review idea. I don't know.
Night, night, my dear children.
Oh, I do like that one. I'll add that to
May
the
you
list.
all be forever robbed of a peaceful slumber and sweet nightmares.
Well, that is a perfect outro for this podcast. I'm going to use it. Thank you so much.
Of course. The
This has
corpse
been
child always aims to aid his beloved maggots and larvae.
This has been Beyond the Pages with Alyssa Marie. I'm your host, and thank you so much, Thomas Stewart, the corpse child, for coming on and talking to me. And I will be ordering your book right now, so it'll be here hopefully a few days after Halloween.
Yes, of course.